Good morning. Today's assignment is drains. Today we're going to follow this drain all the way to the sea. Now the plan is to dump tons of fill to raise the level of this Aboriginal land, to raise the level to build light industry sheds. Now if this is done, we can expect much more runoff, and we want to see what will be the effect of this runoff. Where will it go? Come with me as we follow this drain to the sea. Now this is a good start to the morning, a $10 note. Note also the golf balls, because this drain washes down from the Air Force golf course. The birds are all twittering, unaware that this area has been rezoned for light industry, and all the trees will be gone, replaced by ugly sheds, alienated forever from Aboriginal people. We're moving into the centre of lot 5182 now, between Bagot Road and Dick Ward Drive, following this drain to the sea. At some point during the dry season, probably on a high fire risk day, this introduced gamba grass will go up like a bomb directly underneath the flight path, possibly in the middle of Air Force exercises. The fire will attract hundreds of kites and birds of prey, which will be a risk to the jets, and yet nothing is done. So we've reached Dick Ward Drive. A massive amount of water flows through lot 5182. It seeps across the ground and into the ground, and these drains direct it underneath Dick Ward Drive, which cuts through the lease. Now we'll cross over and continue following the drain on the other side into the Kulaluk Wetlands. This is the other side of Dick Ward Drive. The drain goes down here. We are already at the upper reaches of saltwater flow, very high tides. You can see here the crab holes. You'll see later that this is caused by the digging of a drain, allowing the tide to flow up where it never used to flow before. Into the freshwater wetlands on the Kulaluk Lease. So we're approaching mangroves already, which are growing where the highest tides flow up the drains. Hard to see, but this is a wallaby crossing in the drain. See the tracks and the little path through the grass there. Evidence of the flow after heavy rain. A stately jabiru. on the Kulaluk wetland. There are two jabiru over there. Not sure if you can see them. Many jabirus I've seen in this area, so close to busy traffic, but not disturbed. Fresh wallaby tracks. This is the area of saltwater intrusion, which you can see on another video of mine. We're following the drain to the sea. It's dry season, so there's not much flow except tidal flow coming up the drain. So this is what lets the salt water up into the wetlands. A drain dug to drain the wetlands, but has the result of turning it into salty environment. Tides here rise up to 8 meters. We're going through the pipe in our journey, following the drain through Lot 15182 and the Air Force Base, continuing deeper into the Kulaluk Lease and down to the sea. You can see here the cutting, which was dug in 1985 against protests. Heavy machinery moved in, known as the mosquito drains. We've come this way from Bagot Road, and here we have the confluence, the meeting of two drains known as the mosquito drains, now quite silted up, but not enough to allow the tide to flow through this cutting. A little divergence to the side of the drain is an old beer bottle dump, but I suspect this is a wartime dump. There were rifle ranges, all kinds of uses in this area in World War II. Going deeper into the mangrove regions, but still in the drain. As we follow the drain, we pass this healthy stand of mangroves. David could tell us their name. One effect of draining the land is that these natural creeks are starved of nutrients and become barren. As we come out of that cutting, we move into the mangroves proper. Still a dugout drain with some earthworks at the end there. We now begin to see abandoned infrastructure for the failed aquaculture ponds deep in the Kulaluk Lease. This drain should lead us to that. $2 million down the drain, you might say. No questions asked. Cannonball mangrove in its autumn colours, you might say. Dry season colours on the banks of this drain leading to the sea. Continuing on our journey. And we're coming on another fine cannonball mangrove tree on the banks of the drain. Deep in the Kulaluk Lease, Darwin, land won by Aborigines in the land rights struggle. Aboriginal people see the mangroves as a very important food source. It's unthinkable that this area would be turned into canal housing as is proposed. Can you see this root system of the two magnificent cannonball mangroves here? Growing in the salt water regions. Here we have more abandoned infrastructure. The Kulaluk aquaculture farms, 2 farms, prawn farm, crab farm. Welcome to Crabgate. Evidence of failed aquaculture ponds, pipes crossing the drain that we are following to the sea. Still following the drain, at a very high tide, this would be over my head. We're being interrupted here by an aeroplane. Reminding us that we are in the flight path. We're getting close to the aquaculture ponds, beginning to see abandoned infrastructure on the banks of this drain. I will insert in this video photos of this drain when it was first built. You will be amazed. Now we must hurry because, as you can see, the tide is coming in. Yes, that's right, this water is flowing up the drain. Flowing up the drain, salt water.